allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. All right, let's get started. Number one, approval of the minutes from January 21st, 2025. Christine was not at this meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
And 1 second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval of warrant. Mark?
I move that we approve warrant number 021125 in the amount of $292,107.57. The one big item on here is $107,000 for the police's new plate meters.
Right, which is from a grant, by the way.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thanks. All right, department reports. Is Chief Early here?
Yep.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. For the month of January, we had 122 summonses issued. We completed 399 incident reports. 85 of those were in Grandview. The remaining 314 were here at Piermont. Other than that, I have no new business to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I can't tell. Is Tommy here?
Yes.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. So,
Okay, Tom.
for the month of January, DPW did 59.97 tons of garbage. Debris collection, we did 7.49 tons. Spoils, we did 4.75 tons. Our brush collection, we took in 2.03 tons that gets recycled. And our leaf totals for the year, our leaf season totals for the year are as follows. Our loose leaf pickup, that's the one we do with the vacuum truck. We collected 626.1 cubic yards. That turns into 109.68 tons. Our bag leaf collection, we did 49.39 cubic yards, which turns into 11.11 tons, for a total of 675.49 cubic yards at 120.79 tons. That's it.
Okay. Any questions? All right, thanks, Tom.
Very good.
Fire Chief?
I have to wear two hats tonight, Mayor.
Okay.
So far this year, the FD responded to 18 fire runs and 25 EMS runs. Do you want me to stay here for Harbor Master?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I had a meeting with Ed Day's office and Michael Waller's office last week. The county basically said they didn't have any money so far this year for us. They actually asked me to give us the end of the Piermont Piers so they can fund everything, and I had some choice words for them for that one. But
Yeah.
right now, in order for me to get any grants, I need to have a set of plans before I could apply for the CFA grant, which is due in July, any hazard mitigation grants, New York State Historical Grant, and also the New York State Emergency Management Grant. A lot of them are due in July, so I have a bill for the Blue Shore to do a set of preliminary plans. It's $9,700. So I'll pass it out to each board member, and I'll give Jennifer a copy for you. You got a copy, Jen? Keep that. So basically, what we're still looking at is a wooden pier to stay within the same out footprint of what the existing pier is. And like I said, it being wood, it's not gonna last as long as a concrete pier, but I think the DEC would rather us do a wood pier. And then also for any, future maintenance, Tommy and the DPW guys could, take care of that, so.
Did he give you an estimate on what the useful life of this would be?
25 to 35 years. I think we don't have to worry about that one.
Right.
It'll be somebody else's problem. But, like I said, once I get that confirmation and we can pay that bill, he's gonna start on the plans, and I told him he needs to expedite it because there's also a grant coming up, between March and April. So I'm gonna get involved, get some other people involved that, can write grants, and I'm just gonna write every grant I possibly can to get the funding for this.
So
My goal is 18 months.
Dan, how soon did he say he could get you a preliminary plan?
I told him he had 30 days to get me a set of plans from tonight. And every time I email him or I call him, he's right on the ball. He gets right back to me and sends me whatever I need right away.
All right.
Any questions?
I don't think we have much choice. I mean, we want to try to get grants for this pier.
Well, like I said, I got to, the county put me in touch with some other people and some other politicians I need to reach out to see if they have any funding for us. Also,
Okay.
economic development money, there was some people on that board that he told me to reach out to see if I could get funding. Because we had spoke about the dolphins, and Rich from Lusheraw told me not to do the dolphins because the DEC would frown upon the dolphins. So to make the pier strong enough with the proper fendering to where we could hold up to a 150-ton vessel for dinner cruises, if we want to do something like that in the future. So we're going to do away with the dolphins, and then we'll do the proper fendering for the end of the pier. That way it'll withstand a 150-ton vessel.
Right.
Okay?
Any other questions? Any comments from the board? I mean, you're looking to get approval on this pretty quickly, I would imagine, correct?
Yeah, like now.
Yeah, okay.
You know how patient I am, right?
What's the tonnage on the Clearwater?
All right, does somebody want to make a motion to approve
Hang on.
90?
What's the tonnage on the Clearwater?
I don't actually know.
It's way less than that.
Yeah.
It'll be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
It's like 150-ton vessel, that's a pretty good sized vessel.
Sounds
So,
I would like to make a motion to approve, Blue Shore, the budget for Blue Shore Engineering to move forward, so as not to wait yet another month for the next meeting, so that we can get going and we can get the grants process started.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
just to let you know, I'm gonna ask a couple of people to come on board with me to help me with the grant writing and, because just me doing this by myself with Joey Gottlieb it's gonna get tough. So-
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need some political backing with some of the people in the county also. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, thank you. All right, building department, is Charlie there?
No,
Okay. I think that's all the department reports. Old business. Jennifer, you have anything?
Yes, I have one thing. Empire Hose Company, I sent a copy of the letter to all of the board members to inform them that Carolyn Pop had resigned from Empire Hose and would be removed from the awards program. So that's my old business. That's it for me.
Okay. I don't have anything. Anybody else? Old business?
Nope.
I can't see the board, so let's move on to new business.
So new business, first order, I have a request from First Assistant Chief Reese Smith-Nickel. They want to surplus the truck cap through Auctions International for, I guess, the chief truck. So I just need approval from the board to be able to surplus that piece of equipment. and it's the cap, it's the truck cap, not the truck itself. So it's estimated anywhere between $500 and $2,000, but I just need a motion, board approval to do that.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, then, Piermont Community Cleanup, they're asking for permission for May 3rd, 2025, with Keep Rockland Beautiful. So, I just need a motion from the board for, the Piermont Community Cleanup, which will take place on May 3rd. I penciled it in for the pavilion, but they usually go out on the pier and clean up. That's with Keep Rockland Beautiful. And they just wanted me to also note that Riverkeeper has chosen the same day, May 3rd, to do its river sweep campaign as well. So there'll be a lot going on that day. But they are asking to be able to do the cleanup and hold the pavilion. So I just need a motion.
I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it, but I have one concern, is that last year when we did this, there was some damage done to the pavilion. Are we gonna open up the bathrooms, and is somebody gonna give us a deposit this year?
So there was,
Actually, I think that was, you're right, that was probably the spring cleanup. And that was because they didn't lock up the kitchen afterwards. And had some damage, some graffiti and stuff in the kitchen. And then there was a fall cleanup and everything was fine. But I'm sure they'll make sure that this time the kitchen is locked when they are done.
So we are opening up the kitchen and bathrooms?
so
Yes, because I believe also generally the fire department and PAL also supply cooked, hot dogs and hamburgers for the volunteers, and they use the kitchen for that.
Okay.
And somebody want to make a motion to?
So Christine made the motion and Nate, you second?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
One last thing, I did email the board. The Piermont Civic Association submitted their request for economic development. It was a lengthy 3-page little piece. I did email it to the board during the week, and that's for the next budget season, but I just wanted to let you all know that I did email it. So, that's it.
Thank you. Anyone else, new business?
Just or just sign it?
I do have one other item for new business.
Yeah.
We received an email today from a resident expressing some concerns about avian flu in the local bird population, and requesting that we put some signage up in Pirelli Park and on the pier about avoiding contact with birds, especially ones that are deceased. And I think we should consider doing some sort of signage like that. I have not yet found appropriate signage, but if I can find some, I would like permission to put those up in some of the public spaces.
Okay, it's fine with me. Everybody else?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Okay. All right, public comment. I don't know, did anyone sign up for public comment?
Alexis Stark?
Hi, good evening. Alexis Stark, 850 Piermont Avenue. So I wanted to emphasize the importance of creating an excellent comprehensive plan for Piermont. This plan will serve as a roadmap for our community for the next 10 years at least, and will also look to the next 100 years. It is absolutely essential, therefore, that we get it right. The draft plan presented to the public in January includes some strong points, as the public enumerated at the hearing. However, the plan is also riddled with so many problems and contradictions on every level. The public eloquently addressed many of these issues at the hearing, and then in written comments, and has been awaiting the next draft with anticipation. Now we are told today that the Comprehensive Plan Committee is meeting on Friday at 1:30 p.m. to vote on formally recommending a comprehensive plan that the public has not even seen to the village board to vote upon. This announcement contradicts every previous communication the public has received from the village and from the Comprehensive Plan Committee on the comprehensive plan process. As recently as January 31st, the village published a statement promising a forthcoming next draft for public consideration until no earlier than February 7th. We were advised that an additional notification will be sent when the next draft is available for review. A public meeting on the next draft will be scheduled by the Board of Trustees later in February or March. Apparently, it seems that the village is suddenly in a rush to pass a comprehensive plan in order not to lose out on a grant that people have said is about $60,000. If this is true, the public wonders why the Comprehensive Plan Committee was unable to manage their time over the past years to meet grant requirements and deadlines. That being said, while $60,000 is not an insignificant amount of money, we need to look at the big picture. The important thing is that the community has the best possible comprehensive plan to guide the village for the next 10 to 100 years. If you lose out on some grant money, it is not the end of the world. The comprehensive plan is too important. I also wanted to address the fact that there is a disturbing gap in planning board documents and zoning board documents between May of 2022 and August of 2024. Why are these documents not available on the website? These documents are especially important to residents as they include the process by which the now null and void CBM zone was created. Thank you.
Jason Kramer?
Hi, Jason Kramer, 308 Ash Street. Just to reiterate what Alexis was saying, I'm not comfortable with this vote meeting on Friday. That was not supposed to happen before being shown the new comprehensive plan, which is not on the website, as Ms. Stark was saying. This is. That to me is the pretense of making this public without actually making it available to the public on a 1:30 on a Friday. I don't know if any of you know, I don't know about everyone else, I work at Friday at 1:30 p.m. I cannot just leave in the middle of the day to come listen to a hearing. That shouldn't have been happening yet, okay? Are the CBN references that are littered through that first draft still in this comprehensive plan? The only reason that I think that they were and might still be is because that is the plan. I don't know if the rest of the villagers are comfortable with being misled, toyed with, and gaslit, but this has gotten a little out of control at this point in time. You know, we don't need 45 apartments on Autos. We don't need another lot filled with an apartment building that also does not belong there. We don't need 4 houses on that hill randomly. None of that serves the purpose of this community and will not serve to lower our tax revenue. Tax revenues will not, our tax rates will not go down. Don't believe me? Ask NIAC the problem that they're having with all of those monstrosities of buildings. The revenue that will be generated from taxes pales into the comparison of the amount of money services will be required for these projects. Electric, sewer, etc. Developers do not lower taxes. They are not here to help us. There is no housing crisis. That is a lie and a fallacy and a myth made up by the development industry. Be wary of any entity that says, I'm a developer and I'm here to help. There just seems to be a lack of open communication and a through-line narrative that seems to be consistent from both the Comprehensive Plan Committee and this board. And I don't know why that is. I'm calling for a boycott of all restaurants, bars, and businesses in this area until you guys can stop this madness and endless bit of confusion. This is only serving to line the pockets of the bottom line of a bunch of developers. Thank you.
Kate McCabe?
I just want to Alexis said everything, and I wanted to say much better than I could. Keep it 320 Ash Street.
And Jeff Gordon?
Jeff Gordon, 521 Dare Street, Piermont. I too echo Kate's words regarding Alexis's comments. I couldn't have said them any better myself. So I'll kind of change gears. There's been a question that has been nagging me for a long time, and I have that question tonight. It's a rhetorical question to this board, although I wish it wasn't, but given this board's history, I don't think I'm going to get an answer. There has been allowed to exist in this village for the better part of a year a vehicular and pedestrian hazard that's 6 feet high that surrounds a triangular lot. Despite what the building inspector calls an active construction site justifying the existence of that fence, it is not a construction site. Placing a Bearcat on the property previously to push around some dirt does not make it a construction site. This height of the fence, location of the fence violates numerous provisions of village law. I attempted to file a appeal to the zoning board of appeals and was told I had to notify adjacent landowners who, if they were not notified of my appeal, they may institute a lawsuit. Doesn't make much sense. They're probably as incensed about the existence of that fence as the rest of the village. The fence itself, from what I understand from the FOIL request, by the way, at one of the previous meetings, the mayor, not at Nate Mitchell's behest, I'm an attorney, I know what to FOIL and why to FOIL it. In any event, there is no permit, I understand, for that fence. It is not a construction site. The development that was proposed as developed was under the CBM zone, which does not exist, and according to Judge Greenwald, it never existed. So there are no permits. It's not a project that was approved. It doesn't have the permit itself. I don't understand why that fence continues to exist, notwithstanding my meeting with Darius previously, who said he was going to speak to the mayor and this board about why that fence existed. There's no reason. There's no zone for it. There's no application for it. There's no permit for it. It violates your own laws, and it's a hazard. Why it's there, I can only suspect why it's there. With regard to why you're going to expedite trying to get the comprehensive plan passed in advance of the expiration of your deadline for a village grant, I can assure you, if there are any semblances of CBM and the provisions of CBM in the comprehensive plan as passed by this board, there will be a lawsuit. You will be prevented from applying for your grant by June 1st. So I suggest that this board listens to its residents and do a proper review of the comprehensive plan with proper notice, proper timing, and with the input of all concerned residents. Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yep.
All right, just a couple comments. First of all, Alexis, I don't know where you got $60,000. The grant is for $150,000 for the comprehensive plan. So yes, if we, if we do not do the comprehensive plan, we will not lose $60,000, we'll lose $150,000. One of the reasons why we've been up against the deadline now for the comprehensive plan is because the former chair of the comprehensive plan resigned back in September, and we lost a good couple of months there. So this would have been probably, more like in November instead of it being February. So just to straighten out the record there. And regarding I'm not the chair of the comprehensive plan. I'm one of 13 members of the committee, but I'm not the chair. But and the idea was that the comprehensive plan held their meeting. They took public comment They're working with all those comments to develop an updated plan. That updated plan, the idea is not to do an updated plan and then go back out, for them to go back out to the public for comment. The idea was to take all your comments from the public and then finalize a plan to present to this board, the village board, and then there'll be public hearings presented by the village board on the revised comprehensive plan. So that's just to give you a heads up. There'll be plenty of opportunity for the public to comment on that plan. So that meeting that I think was scheduled for Friday is for the comprehensive plan to meet, to vote to forward that plan to this board, the village board. And again, there'll be plenty of opportunity for the public to comment on the revised plan, and the revised plan being, they took all your comments from the public and revised it. So that's where we're at with the comprehensive plan.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, can I ask?
All right, let's move on to item number 7, ratification of memorandum of agreement between the village and the Piermont PDA, June 1st, 2025 through May 31, 2030. Did all the board members get a chance to review the agreement?
Yes.
All right, any questions? Comments? I would just like to make a comment that Mark Lundquist worked hard on this, to do this agreement, and I think, and did it this year in record time. I think it's a very fair agreement to both parties, and I would like to thank Mark for all his hard work on getting this agreement done. Does somebody, Mark, would you like to make a motion to approve the memorandum, the agreement?
Yeah, I just want to say first, I agree with you. I mean, this is one of the better lease contracts we've had in a while. The whole tone between the village and the police has changed immeasurably in the last 15, 20 years. Give a lot of that credit to Chief Hurley, and thank you, Chief. And I think this is very fair, and it's very reasonable given current inflation rates. But I'd like to make a motion that we ratify this.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Again, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Thank you for coming, everybody. And I see Kyle was filming it again tonight. Kyle, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.